Hello, I'm Patricia Henderson with Senior Connection Center, and this is your weekly connection. Older adults often find themselves caring for grandchildren, nieces, and nephews. Did you know there are legal services available for older adults who are caregivers for children? With us today to help us learn more is Carol Moody. She's an attorney with Bay Area Legal Services, where she manages the Senior Advocacy Unit. Carol, thank you for being here today.
You're welcome. It's certainly a pleasure to visit with you and to your viewers. I would like to also say that it's also a privilege because it's Older Americans Month. And we certainly, especially during the month of May, celebrate our seniors and remind them of the certain services that we have that we can offer them. And in my case, legal services.
It is usually when we talk about caregivers, we mean family caregivers for seniors. But today we're talking about a different type of caregiver, correct?
Yes, that's correct. And I think when we do think about caregivers, most of us think about someone who is caring for a senior with Alzheimer's or some sort of handicap. But there's a whole different category of caregivers out there who are seniors. And there are family caregivers who are taking care of children who have unexpectedly come to live with them and at a stage in their life when they should be playing golf or going to the beach. Our seniors are finding themselves as substitute parents.
Start over here. What legal services are available for caregivers for children?
I'm glad you asked that question. Again, I think so many people don't know what is available to them. I'd like to point out that 231,000 children in Florida are currently living with someone other than their parents. It's pretty staggering when you think about it. And what we have found is that relatives sometimes, it doesn't have to be a relative, it can be what we call fictive kin. And that's just someone who is acting in the role as a family caregiver. These people generally find themselves at a loss because they don't have the necessary legal authority to do what they need to do for their children. For example, taking them to doctors, getting emergency care, enrolling them in school or after school activities. And so if a parent has abandoned a child or for some other reason can't take care of their children and they've left no documentation or legal authority, then seniors are pretty much at a disadvantage and they come to us, we hope, so that we can help them get the necessary custodial legal authority they need. And I'll talk about some of those things that we can help seniors with. One is adoption. We actually do help seniors who want to adopt children. And some of the advantages of this, of course, is permanent stability for the child. And also if a grandparent is, or other relative is, or caregiver is on Social Security, the new adoptive child will receive Social Security benefits on the senior's record, which is a tremendous benefit to the financial stability of a family. But mostly what we do is help seniors with custodial temporary custody. And in Florida, that's called a Chapter 751, and it's temporary custody of minor children. And it's a relatively simple procedure when the parents will consent. Of course, we don't always get parents' consents, but we can still go forward by proving abuse, neglect, or abandonment. And once we get this order granting temporary custody, it allows that senior to do anything necessary for the care of the child that is in their custodial care at the time. Also, we help seniors who might be entitled to TANF, which is temporary aid for needy families. If they're having problems getting that assistance, we can help them. We help them with food stamp issues. Anything that would affect the stability and well-being of the family, even if it's outside the realm of a custody order, we are available to help. We use a holistic approach to the family in helping them get what they need for the child. Sometimes it's mental health care, which you absolutely cannot get in Florida for a child unless you have a custody arrangement.
Are there qualifications that must be met for caregivers to receive legal services?
There are some, but they are limited. A senior who is calling for our services must be a U.S. citizen or a documented alien. And for our caregiver advocacy program, they must be 55 or older. Any senior who applies to us for services will get at the very minimum advice and counsel, which means they will get a telephone appointment with a legal advocate who will advise them on their legal rights. And then we will consider extended representation based on that interview.
How does a caregiver access those services?
Any senior can call our legal aid line for an appointment, and I'm going to give you that number. In Hillsborough, Manatee, Pasco, Pinellas, or Sarasota counties, they may call 800-625-2257. A screener will answer the call and ask a number of questions. There are no asset or income guidelines for our seniors. So any senior who calls is going to be entitled to, at the very minimum, a telephone appointment with an advocate who will give them some advice, referrals, and if the case is one that we will consider for extended representation, which would be a custody arrangement or adoption, then that case is referred for consideration for extended representation. Anyone in the state of Florida, however, may call our senior legal helpline, and they will also be screened and be set an appointment to speak with an advocate. And that number is 888-895-7873. And again, all seniors are screened and set with an advocate for the very minimum advice and counsel, and then consideration for extended representation.
And we will have those phone numbers at the end of the video for you, as well as the numbers for the legal service providers in our other counties. If an older adult is not a caregiver, are there legal services that are available?
Oh, there certainly are. Last year, Bay Area Legal Services took nearly 60,000 calls for requests for assistance. And many of those were in non-family caregiver situations. We do a variety of legal work. We do a lot of family law. So anyone who has a domestic violence issue, anyone that's seeking help with the dissolution of marriage. We do a lot of housing issues. And for example, anyone who's facing foreclosure or eviction. We do disaster relief, COVID-related matters. If you can imagine a non-criminal legal issue, then it's probably one that we have expertise in and that we want you to call to see if we can assist you with your issue.
Now, Bay Area Legal Services is available for our viewers in Hillsborough County, and we have legal services providers in our other counties as well who provide similar services. And the contact information for all of those organizations will be at the end of the video. Such great information. Carol, thank you for being here today. Any final thoughts for us?
It's truly been a pleasure to reach out, especially during this time of COVID when we have not been able to meet face-to-face with many of our seniors. And we have really missed that. That's one message I would like to give to all of you, is that we really love our seniors and we love seeing you face-to-face, and we have missed you. So this has been a great opportunity for me to tell you about our caregiver advocacy program, to remind you of the other legal services that we offer, and to also remind you that you are missed and we hope to see your face very soon.
If you are in need of legal services, please contact the Senior Legal Helpline or our legal service provider in your county. I'm Patricia Henderson, and this is your Weekly Connection.